What's going on, VC? This is Brad from H2Vinyl. I wish I was sitting in front of a stack of books, but I don't have any. So, stack of records. But there's no vinyl in this video, but this is a video contest entry for my very good friend, Jeff Kempin, who is doing a Stephen King contest to name your favorite Stephen King book. Jeff, I don't think that this is for any achievement that you've done on your channel. Maybe it's in celebration of Stephen King's, is it 62nd work? His latest book called Later. Still have to read that, start even reading that one. But you know this, and this is kind of an interesting video for me because I have absolutely nothing to show. Because everything I everything I read of Stephen King is audiobooks. Audiobooks are a whole lot more convenient for me, as I just don't really take the time to sit down with a book in hand. I can read. I can. So favorite Stephen King book. Can I give you a little bit of history, kind of with the bout of Stephen King for me? Growing up, I never really, I didn't really read any of his works until recent. Reading by listening, I mean. And really only knew him by a few movies. I think my first movie was Lawnmower Man. Saw that in the theater. I remember my friend Rob, who had been friends with and still am friends with since second grade. We were at my parents' church's youth group. I mean, it was my youth group, but church that my parents went to. We all were going to a movie that we didn't want to see. We tried to talk them into going to Wayne's World, and they said no. So Rob and I snuck out of the movie, like the movie that we were supposed to be in, and we went to Lawnmower Man. Let me just say right now that was probably a bad idea. I don't remember if was this 88 or 89? I mean, we were old enough for the movie, I think, but it just, wow. I mean, if I were to watch it now, I'd probably have some more thought behind it that, I'm like, oh, there's something redeeming about that movie. But as a, 12 or 13-year-old, kind of remind me of Flowers of Algernon. But other than the special effects, they're just, I think we kind of both really wanted to unsee that movie. And then 91, I watched it with the TV special. Which for me, Tim Curry as Pennywise, I mean, it was nothing. It was all I knew. So didn't know the book or anything like that. I just knew it was a clown. And for some reason, it was really weird that at the end, I felt like there was a big portion of the book missing because the clown became a spider. And what are these deadlights? Like, they never really explained the deadlights. So anyway, that was, and then I think I saw, was it Thinner or The Thinning? Thinner, I think. I saw that on Showtime late at night sometime too. That was maybe 94, 95, where the guy just keeps getting thinner and thinner. I think it's called Thinner. That was my take on Stephen King. Now, granted, I saw Shawshank Redemption and I saw Green Mile. I loved both of those movies. I've seen them repeatedly. I thought the Green Mile movie had 2 or 3 endings that, could have been lopped off. But it's all right. But then there was silence for a long, long time. And then out of nowhere, a friend of mine, Dave, wanted to go see Dark Tower, which was the 2017 movie. And I saw that it was Stephen King. I'm like, okay, cool, I'll go with you. Sure. And I watched it and I was like, I have absolutely no idea what's going on. I was completely lost in the whole movie. Yeah, but for some reason that gave me the desire to dive into the Dark Tower series. And I want to say that maybe it took 6 to 8 months to actually think, hey, I want to do that. It wasn't right away. It wasn't instant. But this is a long story. There are no others with me. No other stories than long stories. Anyway, so around probably 2018, started the Dark Tower series and made it through book 1, and I was like, how does this tie into the movie? What's happening? Like, I have no idea what's going on, and I dropped it. Now, 2017 was when I joined the vinyl community. And I want to say you joined the vinyl community in October of 2017. So a few months after me. Yeah, I joined February 22nd, I think, of either 22nd or 11th of 2017. You were, I believe, October or something. And a few months later, I learned about your channel. So this is probably early 2018. And somewhere in all of that, I found out that you were a Stephen King fan. And I'm trying to remember if it was in the comment section, but I remember talking with you about the Dark Tower series. And Jeff, you were the reason that I picked up the Dark Tower series again. And I listened to them all. All minus the 4.5 book, the Wind Through the Keyhole. Just listened to that one. About, I don't know, a few months ago. About a month or two ago. Anyway, loved it as much as one can love it. You know what I mean by that. Love the first 4 books. But Jeff, you're the inspiration for me, not only reading Dark Tower, but you're also the inspiration to read more and more works of Stephen King. And since, February or so of 2018 to now, I now have read 22 books multiple times. And so thank you, man. Thank you for pouring in your love for Stephen King into videos, into our friendship. I really thought that Stephen King was just like the king of terror. But there's a lot more to his books. I mean, a lot of them are that, but there are a lot more than just terror to his books. He is really quite a good storyteller. He really dives into culminating character that you love and that you hate. Not usually the same, though sometimes so, but usually, and villains that you hate and characters like good people that you love. Gosh, so out of the 22 books, ones that really stand out to me to be in the number 1 listing for me. The first 4 books of Dark Tower, I think I've read those 3 times now. Tried to get through all of the last half of the books. I can only make it so far, and I stop. Usually it's around Eddie's demise. I love Eddie. So the first 4 books, and it's kind of difficult to choose between those four, they're almost like children. Which one is your favorite? You really can't pick any. So I'm gonna, as much as I love them, I'm going to have to discount them, and not pick one of them, because they all kind of need to be together. And so then we got two more books, and that is It and Salem's Lot. I was thinking I could add Pet Sematary to that list. I really liked what King did with I really felt like I got behind Lewis's mourning, and I even followed some of the mindset behind the decisions that he made, especially against his father-in-law. I felt that rage. I felt that visceral anger towards a man who just couldn't shut up on how a failure Lewis was. And it just pissed me off. But there was only so far that I went, and I'm like, oh, buddy, this is a bad idea, 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 this is a bad idea. What are you doing? But at the same time, I understood it until the ending. Yeah. Plus the whole cat thing and the dog thing. That really disturbed me. So no, Pet Sematary is not in the list. It. I felt a part of the group, the kids, I felt like I was with them. And I love how even Pennywise was terrified of one of the villains, because he found that he didn't, the villain, I forget the villain's name, the guy's name, but he didn't fear anything. He was a psychopath, and he didn't fear anything. And so Pennywise saw that, I can't control this guy. I gotta take him out. I love the fact that even Pennywise had a weakness that way. And I loved how, a team of losers could take out what terrified evil. I also like the town of Derry, on how it had a personality, and that personality had a lurking evil within it. I really thought that was quite a kind of a cool concept. But the other one is Salem's Lot. And likewise, I would say I really enjoyed the construction of Salem's Lot, the town, and how you really got to know everyone, and how evil encroached on that town as a one-person entity of Barlow. And Barlow lived out of town, but yet the town just started to suffocate itself through members disappearing. And that these young people were the only ones that really knew what was happening. And then you had a priest who, I think that, to me, one of the greatest acts was Father Callahan confronting Barlow, and the power that he had. I just remember he just commanding the door to open, and it ripped to shreds. And but yet soon after that, the weight of evil upon good and I've really felt the downtroddenness. Like that's the thing about Salem's Lot, and I really think that Salem's Lot is my favorite, though I think it would be a very close second. I really felt the weight of all of the characters in Salem's Lot. Yeah. I felt also like King did a very good job of writing an ending. I feel like the ending with it was good. It kind of was a little far-fetched for me. But Salem's Lot felt a lot more solid. And I think that that was the basis on all of the characters. And while I've only read Salem's Lot once, and it's been a while, it's been, a couple of years. There are some real intricate parts. Like I remember what I was doing. I was listening to Salem's Lot while I was painting my house. So this was January of 2019. It's crazy that I know that, but yeah, December of 2018 and January of 2019. And so, yeah, I feel like this is a little bit of a cop-out, but because I know it's your favorite book, but I would want to say that it's my favorite book as well, with the very close second of it. Yeah, that's the appreciation that I have with King. He's got a lot of great stories. I don't think I can tackle Cujo. I'm surprised that I tackled, Pet Sematary. I really enjoyed Christine, though I thought it was kind of strange. Because I don't know, it's kind of difficult for me to get behind this weird element of magic and ghosts and everything. But, viscerally, vampires for some reason are more believable for me. I don't know. But yeah, Salem's Lot, which, by the way, I highly recommend the second season of Castle Rock, which is on Amazon, right? I think Amazon Prime. I suggest both seasons, but I think I've told you this, but Castle Rock second season is set in Salem's Lot, and they pays homage to a lot of great King works. So kind of cool. One other thing that I really enjoy about King's works, and I don't know if he really meant for this to happen early in his his career, but the fact that everything is kind of a meta world where Pennywise has a place in this physical world that has multiple universes, and Gan, I forget the turtle god, he has a place as well, and the two are kind of bitter enemies, bitter rivals, but that Pennywise has brothers, one being in Dark Tower. I think it's book 6 or 7, toward the end. Yeah, I think it's in 7. And then, yeah, there's so much, man. I'm treating this video as I'm sitting down with you and sharing thoughts, but I'm not able to talk one-on-one with you and bounce ideas off you. But yeah. This is kind of me just processing which I thought was better. My favorite book, because like I said, Stephen King has a lot of great books. Even there's components of The Stand that I really enjoyed. It was far too long. I think, what was it, 24, was it 24 hours or 48 hours? I feel like it was 48 hours of book. Yeah, that was a little tough to get through, and the ending was quite disappointing to me. Um, but yeah, Salem's Lot was just an all around great read. Loved the characters and loved how it ended, and loved how, you know, not only did they leave, but they came back and they finished the job, and that it was done. It was done, and there was an end to it. So, yeah, that's it. So thanks for being here as I process through 6 or 7 of these books, and you get to hear a little bit of the history. I feel like this was a jumbled mess, but hey, this is my entry, whether it's a jumbled mess or not. Brother, yeah, love you, brother, and love the fact that we talk on a daily basis, along with several others, Tim, Emma, and Bill, and John. Yeah, great group of friends that I've met in the VC, and yeah, love you all, and yeah, hope you're doing well, and reading a lot of great books, and yeah, we'll talk with you soon. Later.